Dear beloveds, this is White Wolf. I'm going to start off by enacting protocols called on the lab, Fire Dragon, Earth, Water Dragon, Earth, Fire Dragon, Quines, Pink Dragon, Golden North Dragon, Ezekiel, my two black dragons, a black dragon from Saturn, and Alpha Dragon, Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Sandalphon, Raphael, Mother Mary, Saint Germain, Galactic Federation of Light, Grandmother, Grandfather, and the tribal women are also in attendance, the Intergalactic Council. And so it is. Hello, guys. How are you all doing this evening, this morning, wherever you are from? Doesn't matter that anybody else is not watching, because some of you are watching. So I'm going to start off by sharing out to all of the groups. And the message today is that we create stagnation, limitation within our own belief systems. We believe it. We believe that we are limited. We believe that we're lacking something. We believe that if we don't do this, if we don't do that, we can't become this, we can't become that we're never going to make it. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's a lie. That is an illusion of the mind. That is you believing something about yourself that is not true. And we're going to touch on why people stay stagnant in the spiritual community, why we stay stagnant in general, how we're living in our past, how we can transform those beliefs, and also that I will do a healing later in the feed that will allow you to empower yourselves. That's why with all of my live feeds, I always try to empower every single one of you and empower myself, because that's one of the reasons why I became a healer. Because I wanted to empower myself. I wanted to feel worthy. I wanted to feel transcendent. I wanted to feel like I had a fall from grace, which I did. And I had a very awesome person that came into my life to allow me to have that, to understand that. And please share out to all the groups. This is White Wolf. I am almost getting done. So give me a moment to share out and I will continue this live feed. I have a lot of groups. But number one of the reasons why we stay stagnant in the spiritual community is because we don't do our inner work. We bypass, and I've done this. I've done bypassing a lot. And not only does it hurt your spirituality, but it hurts your growth. It makes you stay stagnant. And also, it hurts you going live. It hurts you trying to transmute your messages from a higher realm, because you want to go from right here, but you keep going like right here when you need to be up here. You need to up the frequency a notch. And I feel like spiritual bypassing is one of the things that hurts us on our spiritual journey, because some people are afraid to do the inner work, and trust me, I am one of them. I don't like doing my inner work because it hurts very hard. But I have had periods where I have been doing my inner work. I have been laying before God, naked before God, and it is painful having downloads because it comes in increments. You can't physically take it because you physically couldn't handle it. And I'm sorry, your higher self and God and your guides would not let you go through something that you cannot handle. Now, number two, whenever you feel like you are limited of something, whenever you feel that you believe you have limitation, you are identifying yourself with the limitation, so that you become the very definition of what the limitation is. You can't win against a belief. So what you need to do, you need to tell yourself the very thing that you feel limited by, and you just need to own up to it and keep saying it to yourself and keep saying it to yourself, and to the point where it sounds very, very redundant. Okay? Until you saying it to yourself reveals to you that that was not true, that it was not the I am, that it was not the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom, which is God in human form. We are never limited because we all have the riches of life, and it's inside here. It's inside your heart. It's inside your mind. It is floating above you all the time, which is your higher self, which is the reason why you have all the thoughts inside of your brain. And one of the reasons why we have stagnation and limitation is because we are always controlling the outcome of circumstances, the outcome of you getting that job, the outcome of maybe winning the Powerball. We focus too much energy on that solely, and then it causes resistance, and we do this thing where it doesn't attract to us because we were focusing too much energy into it. Because you need to let life be as it is. Because if you let it be as it is, it will flow. It will come to you. You will have to make the right actions in order to fulfill that. But you have to realize if it's really what you need right in this very moment, it will come to you. And even if you made aligned actions and it did not happen, it means it wasn't for you, or it just hasn't happened yet. But one of the reasons I feel like we become stagnant in the spiritual community, or we feel like we are limited, is because people do not want to give the most authentic message either. They don't want to go live. They don't want to really showcase their gifting, which makes them limited in a sense. But you also have to think that you don't have to be like Matt Kahn or Joe Dispenza or anyone that's very big doing all of these crazy, ambitious things. It has to look like you are in your own self-mastery in your own eyes. It has to feel good to you. Your path has to feel amazing to you. You have to accept yourself as you are in order to feel abundance, in order to feel grace, in order to feel happiness. You have to feel good about the path that you are on, even though you are scared shitless right now. Because I'm sorry, there's stuff later down the road waiting for you. Just because you are in a period of growth and change and wonder, and things are not flowing your way, it just means that you're in between heaven and hell. And I truly believe that people would rather live in hell when rather they would have heaven on earth. So most people, what we do is that our past is hell, and then our future is our heaven. But the only way to do that is live internally in the present. That's the only way that we can escape our past and place our desired reality in our past, is to live fully in the present. The present. Because the present allows you to go into the future. It allows you to have a new day. There's always a tomorrow. That's why some people in life think that, oh, you have to do everything today. No, there's always a tomorrow, because there's always something new that's going to happen in your life that's going to change, that's going to elevate yourself, that's going to be another stepping stone into you becoming more and more enlightened. So, what I want to tell you today, and what was on my mind today, was that limitation is an illusion, that stagnation is an illusion. You have to realize that every time that we believe something about ourselves, something about our situation in a negative way, that is an illusion, that is a lie that you are believing in. It is not true. You just have to change your belief system. And I mean, use your imagination to the fullest of your capabilities. Change your belief system to the point where it sounds almost crazy to some people. They're like, wow, this guy's just overly confident. Wow, this guy thinks so optimistically about himself, even though he's in this certain situation that he's in. Because, I'm sorry, Jesus had so many tough times in his story, in his prophecy, and you are living a prophecy. And I'm sorry that we're all supposed to have things that challenge us, catalysts, lessons, and especially healers in general, because we're wanting our flesh to die so that we can become more of the higher self. And I'm sorry, the higher self is very, very empowered, enlightened, is all-knowing, is all that is the light that illuminates the universe, is the oracle of love, light, and wisdom, which are the densities of consciousness. And I'm sorry, we can't breach levels of consciousness if we're materialistic, seeking a status, wanting a title because it makes you look bigger than everybody. That is the ego. The ego brings limitation. Oh, I should have a car like that person. Oh, my house isn't as nice as that person. That's what brings limitation, is our false beliefs about ourselves, is the things that we tell ourselves that we believe that are true, when really they are not. They are just another illusion to see through, because the only illusion that you have to see through is to see God's source energy within yourself. And if you are God in human form, you are not limited of anything. You are not lacking anything. You are truly loved. You are safe and supported and secure within your own skin. So we create the stagnation and the limitation. Because we're afraid to come out of our cocoon and show the butterfly and its wings and its symmetry at times. We feel that we're afraid to come out of the cocoon and flap our wings and start to fly, and to show people that we create illusions, not only of the mind, not only of our beliefs, but truly on a day-to-day basis, we believe things about ourselves that are not true. And I'm here to tell you that I've done this. I used to be very pessimistic within my life. But that's why I always do a live feed, and I always want to empower you. I want to lift you up out of the rut that you may be in. But we are not limited. We are effortlessly changing all the time. And what we need to understand is that we're all going at this at our own pace. And I believe one of the reasons what creates stagnation is not absorbing energy, but observing. Being the observer, observing. Now, a lot of people, when they watch live feeds, a lot of people, when they're watching spiritual work, they want to absorb like a piranha, quite like a vampire. That is a service to self oriented light worker. That is not a light worker. That is not a person who is service to others oriented. That is a person that is wanting to suck the life out of people and not give life. They are wanting death instead of giving life to others. And one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this was because I was very hard to teach in life. I am still having trouble to be teachable. But what we really need to do to not be stagnant, to not be limited, is to really remain teachable. And we need to observe and not absorb energy. The only people that we should absorb energy from is from our higher self and our guides. It should not be other entities of love and light, because that is a piranha, life-sucking energy that is very negative. And a lot of people, I believe why they stay stagnant is because they want to absorb energy. Some people might want to take your gifting. Some people might just want to use you in order to become more powerful. But in later stages, they will learn that that is creating their stagnation. That's why they're not able to grow. They want to be on your level, and I'm not saying this with any arrogance. They want to be up here, but they're only vibrating at a vibration that's right here. And then they see you and they're like, "Oh, wow, I want their energy. I want to absorb their energy." No. That's what we do. That's what people do as light workers, or they call themselves light workers, is that they don't observe. They don't observe their behavior. And as we become more and more and more enlightened, we observe our emotions, we observe the beliefs that we have, we observe our lifetime progressions, our past lifetime progressions, and have the self-remembrance to understand that we are coming back to the source of all things, to the all-knowing God, instead of the small God. because it's very arrogant to think that, oh, I cannot be this. Oh, I cannot do that. Oh, I shouldn't do this. Oh, I shouldn't do that. That is a lower vibratory state. That is not a high vibratory state. And please share out to all the groups, and there will be a healing and light language. So I hope you all are enjoying this live feed, and I hope you all like the eye movement and make an appointment with me. I'm running a special, $30 for 30 minutes, $60 for 60 minutes, $90 for an hour and a half, and any longer we'll have to discuss that. And just contact me on Messenger. So what we need to do is observe and not absorb. We should not be taking others' energy. We should be lifting our brothers and sisters in arms up in the highest light of their destiny. We can all learn something from all of us. And if we're afraid to learn lessons, if we're afraid to have reflections, if we're afraid to even understand our emotions and understand that they are catalysts for us, and that we need to change our belief system so that we don't create the limitation, the stagnation that we bring within ourselves. This whole lifetime is a lifetime of many, many illusions that we have to see through. The physical reality, our emotions, our catalysts, our lessons. They're all just things showing us how to be better and how to grow and how to not be stagnant and how to learn from your own direct experience and then share. And I believe that's one of the reasons why we stay stagnant is because we're too afraid to share our message, our story. Because trust me, when I started a year ago doing this, I watched my own live feed from a year ago and I was like, wow, he was saying, it was horrible. But it's not horrible because I learned something. I learned that I could become this, that I could articulate better, that I could teach people better about meditation and how to transmute energy and how to give energy lovingly so that people can hear my message and that it could have an impact on their life. But we learn from ourselves, from our past live feeds and from our past and from our messiest moments and the times that we created stagnation. We truly learn from our lowest moments. And I know in my messiest moments I have learned and found true grace and that I was blessed because I got a reset button. And not many of you will have that. Not many of you will have a reset button. But while you are along the way, there's no reason to feel limited, to feel stagnation. Because this whole life's journey is about expansion. Expansion, not decompression. Expansion, not decompression. And we have to become more open. And we have to realize that if we're not more in our masculine, that we need to work on that. If we're not more in our feminine, we need to work on that. And that each increment of your spiritual awakening is just another step for you to become the master, the alchemist within your own consciousness. But you should take this at your own pace. This is not a race. But we always make it a race. We always put too much pressure on ourselves. We always feel, and this is another belief that I have sometimes, that, oh, if I don't do this, I won't ignite global awakening. Oh, if I don't go live consistently, I won't make it. That is an illusion. All of that is an illusion. And we create this illusion within our own consciousness. So rid yourself from that limiting belief, from that stagnation. That's what keeps us stagnant. That's why people live in their past. That's why you see people from your past and they haven't done anything with their lives because they're follow the path that is most predictable. And when you become a light worker, you follow the path that is not so predictable. I hope everybody's following me clearly. Share out to all the groups and make an appointment with me. This is White Wolf. $30 for 30 minutes, $60 for 60 minutes, $90 an hour and a half. Any longer, we'll have to discuss it. Message me on Messenger. You know where to find me. So, but I wanted to go live today, and I wanted to stress this to you guys, is that we create the stagnation. We create the limitation. We tell ourselves things. We believe things that we tell ourselves, which all of those things that we tell ourselves is a lie, is the past trying to come in, is the lower self trying to win. And what we need to do is just let more and more and more of the higher self come within our vibratory state. And that's what we're trying to become more and more. And that's what comes with enlightenment, is more empowerment. In the beginning stages, it is a lot of self-realization. It's a lot of reflections. It's a lot of lessons. It's a lot of catalysts. Because you are clearing up a lot of karma and you are clearing the decks primarily for the collective. And when you are clearing the decks for the collective, you feel it. But we just need to not absorb, but we need to observe. But I want to get into some healing. There's going to be some light language going on, and please share out to all the groups. This is White Wolf. I'm going to be doing Super Mudra energy. It's what the Buddhists use. So you can feel free to do this with me. You can focus on an object. You can close your eyes and feel spirit. And we are going to flush out all the limiting beliefs that we have for ourselves so we can get rid of stagnant energy. And as we get rid of that stagnant energy, we're going to be more empowered. We're going to be more in alignment. We're going to be back into alignment, and so that we can become greater teachers. Ishipama aya tetema toya shipema kaya tetema toya shipema haya tetema toya shipema aya tetema kaya shipipama aya tetema toya ishipama aya Ashitema toya ipikema kaya tetema toya Shiti pama aya tetema toya ashipema kaya tetema toya Shiti pama kaya tetema toya ashitema kaya tetema taya Shiti pamu aya tetema taya ashitema taya tetema kaya do. Limitation is not the I am. But empowerment is the I am. Confidence, standing in your authority, is the I am. It is the oracle of love, light, and wisdom, which is God in human form. You are inseparable from all of your creations. In this moment, let's change the way we believe and see things, and have an optimistic point of view, even if it looks crazy to the linear mind. Let's not think with our mind, because our mind clouds our judgment, but the higher self allows grace to come into our energetic field so that we can tap in to frequencies from the galaxies, so that we can tap into the frequencies of the dragons, over fairies, of all of creation. You can't win against a belief. Just give the belief back to Source and let Him handle the belief. Because the belief is not you, and you are not the belief, but you are only the I am. You are only the I am. And the I am is you. You see. The only reason why we feel stagnant is because we are believing something about ourselves, something about our journey, something about our consciousness that is not true. Have an optimistic view above all else and disregard the rest. And let's not absorb the energies of the world. Even when you go out into public, the energy is not the I am. When you are watching a light worker, just observe their energy. Don't absorb it, but just observe what they can teach you. Just be the observing itself, because you are just observing the I am, the oracle of love, light, and wisdom. And they are just observing you, seeing yourselves as inseparable from creation. Just let go of all the limited beliefs, all the stagnation. And I want you to put it in this ball of energy. I want you to put it in this ball. Take all of it. Take all the emotions, all the sensations, all the limiting beliefs, all the stagnation, all of it, and just put it in this ball of energy. and say that this is not who I am. These beliefs, this limitation, this stagnation, it is not the oracle of love, light, and wisdom in its truest, rawest form. It is not who I am, and it's not who I want to be. And then I want you to take that ball. I want you to take that ball and I want you to throw it back to source and let the archangels and your guides and everybody that is standing within your corner handle it. Let them handle it. And just tell them, I can't do this. All right? I can't do this on my own. I need you guys to help me. And you take that ball and you send it out in the universe and you just let it go and let it be as it is. You feel a violet ray of healing that is by the lilac fire dragon. It is transmuting the power of love and divinity, and that you should see that within yourself, and that you should not see limitation or stagnation within your own consciousness because it is not the I am. Rest in this awareness. Rest in the white gold light in your aura that is the God state, that is Christ consciousness. And if you tap into this frequency at any part of the day where you feel limited, where you feel like you're stagnant, where you feel like you can't overcome this belief, just tap into this frequency. And it will flush this out of your system. It will transmute the message that you want to give to that belief or that limitation or that stagnation, and you will defeat it. You will defeat that belief or that stagnation. And just say, that is not me. I don't know who that is, but it is not me. I appreciate the time that we spent here together today. I hope you embodied this healing. I hope that it helped you not feel limited or stagnant, and realizing and seeing through the illusion of beliefs that they are not real, just like circumstances. And that we are just seeing through a multitude of illusions that we have to see through. But realize you are the oracle of love, light, and wisdom. You are God in human form. And that everything you ever wanted is already desired. It is already in store for you. You don't have to get it from someone else. You can't get it from somewhere else. You can only get it from yourself. Self-love and self-care is very important, dear beloveds. It's very, very important. But when I snap my fingers, you will come back to you. You have a greater sense of clarity. You will come back to your body. There will be no reason why you should feel limited. There should be no reason why you feel stagnant. And all of your belief systems will change. You will be back into alignment. You will be back to the divine spark that brought you here. And you'll be free from those beliefs. Take a deep breath. I hope you guys appreciated that. I guess you can't really see it. Looked like. But this is White Wolf. Thank you for watching. Like the page. I'm running a special $30 for 30 minutes, $60 for 60 minutes, $90 for an hour and a half. I did not realize that the camera was like that. So that was a hiccup on my part. But I hope you all enjoyed the healing. I hope that it transmuted the stagnation and the limitation that we make ourselves believe and see through the illusion of that. Until next time, I will be signing off, and so it is. And please share out to all of the groups. Thank you.